No,
We
thank
welcome
you
to
for
the show,
sharing.
Dawn Penn. How's it going?
I'm good, thank you. Give thanks to be
Good.
here.
So what have you been up to recently?
Well, I just came back from Abu Dhabi and Dubai, where I was doing the Bob Marley anniversary birthday bashment
And
in Dubai.
what was that like?
That was just outstanding. It's like, it's just to commemorate the life of Bob. So you had DJs from all over the world there. And you had even some Jamaican ones as well. There's a Jamaican man that put it on Kenya down, and some people of Kenya as well. A team of people over there.
Oh, great. Was that like a whole weekend, or was that just a day? Or
Let me see. I think it was 2 days, but my one was on the 8th. They were having events around that time, but the one that I went to was the one for Bob Marley's birthday bash.
Oh, great.
Playing their own flavor of Bob's music. It was quite exciting.
So they all had their own different sets of Bob's music.
Yeah. All of them. They're DJs, and they play at different places. Some came from London. Some came from the radio station. Some came from inside the country.
It sounds like I missed out.
It was. And then in the sun, what more can you ask for?
Wow. It's a lot better than here, isn't it? Oh, it's horrible.
At that time, yeah. I know.
I'm going to go back now, if that's all right. One of your earliest recordings was in 1967, the Rocksteady single, You Don't Love Me, and you recorded that at Studio One. How did that first come about?
That came about with me following my friends to Studio One and singing a little song to Mr. Dad, and then he telling me, I must sing it. And then I was to come and record it. And Jackie Me Too. I sat on the piano beside Jackie Me Too as we processed the chords, adding some sevenths and different things like that to make it sound. Instead of the 3 notes, like you have 5, you're playing 4 fingers. 4 fingers on your right hand to get the chords big. And the band was Tom Cook and the Scatterlights. Johnny Moore played the solo, yeah, and everybody was in sync except when they did the recording. They were supposed to change at a particular point in the song, and they just made the chord stay for another bar. I think it's 2 bars before they actually changed it, but they were supposed to change at a particular point. But I actually didn't realize I did that song twice for Mr. Dodd as well until when they had Studio One reunion, and he said, I bet you didn't know you sing that song 2 times.
No.
Because after that I was going around to Treasure Island, Prince Boston, West Indies Records, which is now Dynamic Sounds and things like that,
So who's the best person you've worked with, do you think? Who are some of the best people? Most talented?
People that stand out right now, that have been standing out all the time, was, for America is John Forte, then you have Charlemagne, that works with Puffy, or used to work with Puffy at the time, was working with Puffy at the time. And then you have John Forte, he's outstanding. If anything you sing, he can put music to it. Then you have Sly and Robbie for Jamaica. You even have Clive Hunt as well. I did a track that, I'm trying to remember this guy name now, but he was the A&R for Big Beat Atlantic, and he wanted to turn out to be a producer, and he said, I want you to do a song like Boney M, and we sat down and composed a song. But what it is, I had said that when I got my deal at Atlanta that I wanted to work with, the top producers that Jamaica had, which was Sly and Robbie, Steely and Cleavy, Clive Hunt, and this other guy wanted to come out to be a producer. He was the A&R for Big Beat Atlantic. And if I say the album, I don't have the album here, so I'll tell you what his name was. But we did a song, My Love Has Taken Over. We wrote that song, and then Clive Hunt produced it. For the album, No. People may the hit song No 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 for the album, but the album is No 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 and the song is You Don't Love Me No No No.
So in 1970, you left the music industry. What was your decision behind that?
Well, a family member from Tortola came to visit my dad and, was giving him some history about the family circles and what was happening and things like that. So, I actually, I was working at the Jamaica Telephone Company as a trainee telephone operator. It was a summer job. And then my sister went with my dad with his cousin back to Tortola where my dad is from. And then that sister had to come back home to go to school. And I just resigned my job because my mother was saying, your father spent so much money on you guys and you want somebody to stay in his country and so. I did just feel funny and I just resigned the job. That was it. I went to check out my family history, my family tree on my father's side, which is very huge.
So it was something you wanted to do?
Yes, because my father never told us anything about himself. I never even know the man had a British passport or anything like this.
It is interesting. You watch them programs on the telly and it's really interesting looking back, isn't it, your family history?
Yeah, and my family history is big. And besides, I have traced a family tree from Pennsylvania. I have traces from the UK. And my father is from the total of the British Virgin Islands. I've traced it there as well. So everything makes sense.
Yeah, it must be quite rewarding to do that. I know lots of people that would like to do that.
I was doing it before it even became popular like that.
Wow, that's great you managed to do that. Recently, you've recorded Bangarang with the Lee Thompson Ska Orchestra, and you also...
Oh, you know that?
I know that, yeah.
Huh.
I've been playing it, that's how I know.
Huh?
So, what was it like to work with them?
It was very good, Lee is the whole band is exciting, and they're a very good ska band. And I actually performed with them before at Finchley Park. Madness at Finchley Park about 2000. I don't remember if it's 2000. It may be about 1994 when my song hit the British charts at number 9 on Top of the Pops. But since this new restart here now, it has been so much good, so much closer. And it's crazy. I went to do an interview on BBC and the person who was on the other end was shocked. I said, oh my goodness, she's everywhere.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? They're very busy boys.
They're very good.
They are.
And we did this gig at Jazz Cafe, which I'm telling you, the place was so packed.
With all the places you've performed all around the world, give us a couple of your favourite venues that you've performed at.
Hawaii.
I
like that place, yes. Maui, Oahu, and Honolulu, the big island.
Nice.
I went there with Alpha Blondie, and I also went back there with Lauryn Hill and Capleton to do the Bob Marley thing. And I like Australia, It's a bit far. Not a bit far, it's very far. But Sydney and Melbourne is quite, you get value for money when you go there. If you know what I mean. It's worth going to see the place.
Yeah, lovely exotic locations.
It's very lovely. Every time I see Bondi Beach, I laugh. That's the Bondi Beach you were people talking about.
So, what have you got planned for the rest of the year, Dawn?
I'm promoting the album Never Hustle the Music. I'm completing the video Looking for a Lion. I'm also promoting my book, Story of My Life. And I'm also promoting my perfume called Experience.
So you've got lots going on then?
Yes, I have a lot going on. Because
so what can you tell us about the new album?
The album is a mixture of R&B and reggae. Mostly R&B though. We have some reggae bits in there. And it's produced Three of the tracks was produced by John Forte, and Vidal Gorin produced two, and various other people produced tracks on it.
Right.
It's a good album, I think, and I mean, I rate myself. I come very hard on myself, but the album have quite a few hits on it.
Is this album out already, or is it going to be out soon?
It's out already. I just didn't have an album launch or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks a lot for joining us on the show, Dawn. It's been lovely talking to you.
Thanks for having me too.
No problem.
It was a pleasure. And have a blessed afternoon.
Yeah, you too. And good luck with the album and everything. We'll be playing your singles on the show.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Dawn.
You're welcome.